emphasize that the bid'ah starts small and then it amplifies. It amplifies. And when it amplifies, everybody will jump in, whether they have conspiracy or not. You see the point? Because it's growing now. And especially when it's based upon experience. And shaitan takes the hands of these people. They're thinking them that they are really reaching Allah, seeing Him through such states of maqamat. Many of these things are not really something which the Sahaba, and this is where you can prove it. The Sahaba have not done that, although they were the best believers. Had this thing been a way to reach Allah, first of all, it would have been taught by Allah to His Messenger, and it would have been propagated. And that's the first element which tells you that it is innovative, meaning that this case was not really true, the application of it. Even the so-called zuhd, the way which is started by detachment of this life, itself was wrong, because as we define the zuhd is to leave that which is not beneficial in this world and to hold to that which is beneficial to the hereafter, or to leave that which is beneficial rather for the hereafter, not beneficial for the hereafter, I should say. I correct myself. To leave that which is not beneficial for what? For the hereafter, and stick to the things which are beneficial. You understand? So even there was innovation and exaggeration. At later stages, when people started translating the works of the Greek, and we mentioned that at the beginning of our talk, and the Hindu concepts came in, and people started imitating the Greek philosophies. So they started thinking a blend, whether we could make a blend between, Islam and Sufism halfway. And that carried them all the way out, all the way up, meaning of the teachings of Islam. In reality, and in truthfulness, they spoke of things which are not Islamic, or were not Islamic. So, if you want to see, there are certainly some who are sincere. And many people who fall into bid'ah are sincere. But sincerity is not enough. And sincerity is not enough in terms of following the deen. Following in the deen requires sincerity and ittiba' and following. So, because of someone being sincere, we cannot take up his bid'ah. This is a very important linkage here you have to be careful of. We cannot take the bid'ah of someone who is sincere. We cannot take it. It still remains a bid'ah. And to protect the deen, you say Allah knows of their hearts, right? Allah knows of some of the people who fall into bid'ah in terms of their hearts. But we care for what's apparent. What's apparent from their works, and that is the application of the deen. The holding to the Sharia. Is it the truth or not? That should be your defining mark. Whether it's Sufism or any ism. I don't know if there is any kind of something called, you can say, a Jewish conspiracy. Certainly, anyone, whether a Jew or anyone who was an enemy to Islam, would love to propagate anything which sheds doubt about Islam or renders certain things to be or highlight doubts or misconceptions. So they can propagate that through what? Publishing the works of these people. And that's why when you read in the Orientalist books, for example, and many of them are Jews. Those who are interested in Islamic studies from the West. Many of them are Jews. And they read their encyclopedias, like the Shorter Encyclopedia of Islam, or the Concise Encyclopedia of Islam, and many of their works, you find them spreading mischief about Islam. Through highlighting the works of the Sufism, thinking it's spiritual Islam. They call it spiritual Islam. This is very misleading. Very, very misleading. So they may abuse, yes. Because they are the enemies of Islam. We don't expect from them to be, on our side, on the truth side. Yeah. No. You can't say that every Sufi is a kafir. It comes in terms of bid'ah. In innovations, there are two kinds. There is what is called bid'ah mukaffirah, meaning a bid'ah which leads to kufr, and itself is kufr, rather. It takes the person out of Islam. And there is a lesser bid'ah. It's like there is the major kufr and minor kufr. Minor kufr does not take the person out of Islam. Major kufr takes the person out of Islam. But even then, taking a person out of Islam, there are conditions. And there are restrictions also. Meaning you cannot just declare because somebody said a word of kufr, immediately you are a kafir. Unless you provide evidence, and text, establish proof rather. You understand? So you cannot say every Sufi is what? Is what? A kafir. No? You say that such words, whether Sufism or others, is kufr or bid'ah. The person who is saying it, you have to establish evidence and proof. And this is not left for you and me. This is not left for you and me. خلي هذا أخونا. Like for example, lesser kufr riya. Riya is lesser, right? It may lead to major kufr, right? Al-ma'asi themselves, disobedience. Also they may lead to kufr. You understand? Major kufr is, for example, to pray to a grave, calling upon the dead. This is shirk. This is shirk, major shirk. This is Sufi style. The Sufi style, many of them think they have strong attachment to the graves of the so-called saints. But the general public, the ignorant ones, it's very, very, very hard to declare them to be on kufr. Because these people think that their saints or their sheikhs are on the truth. You understand? And they are imitating them. So you have to really establish proof and evidence and spread the da'wah of Tawheed correctly so that people know. Once they know, then they have no excuse. You understand? Once they know, truly they know. But sometimes even the common Muslim may not like you to come and tell them. If you speak about these matters of Tawheed, he tell you, I don't take from you. See, I have my sheikhs. See, it's very, very difficult. You don't imagine that it's something easy.